Shalom, Israel, Shalom. First, giving our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashem, Malakawah Shai. The world knows Yahweh as God. The world knows Yahweh Shai as Jesus. Hamashiach will be the Christ. And I come back at you with the inspirational scriptures of the day and a soldier salutation. Ready, set, go. The first scripture coming from the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 23. And whatsoever you do, do it heartily as to Yahweh and not unto men. So everything that we do as Israelites, through Paul, the Most High is letting us know that we got to do it as unto the Most High. We can't do it as, oh, that's brother Jeremiah, right? That's brother Malachi, right? No, we got to do it as if it's the Most High. Verse 24, it says, knowing that of the outer one, ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, right? So you know if you do it as unto the Most High Yahweh, then you're going to receive that inheritance, that reward. He says, for ye serve Adawan Hamashiach. It says, but he that doeth wrong, right? So if you're doing opposite of the commandments, opposite of the law, which is wrong, says shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. Right? So you're gonna receive that thing, man. You're gonna receive what you have sown, man. It says, and there is no respecter of persons. There's no respecter of persons. That's coming from the law. We're gonna pick that up in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, and I charge your judges at that time. Salaki. Let me read it clean. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 16. And I charge your judges at that time. So the Most High is letting us know that everybody that righteously go and bring out this law, hey, you're considered a judge in the eyes of the Most High. So he says, I have charged your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brothers. So when we see what's going on, right, or if we even have a situation where we got to judge, we got to hear it righteously. He says, and judge righteously between every man and his brother. So no matter what's going on, we got to judge that thing righteously by the law. And he says, and the stranger that is with him. Verse 17, he shall not respect persons in judgment. So no matter if it's your favorite brew, right, your favorite homeboy, it could be your best of the best in the camp. You got to judge it righteously, man. It says, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Yahweh's. So you got to respect that judgment, because the judgment of Yahweh. So if you judge unrighteously, you're going to get judged. You're going to get judged. If you judge righteously, then you're going to be a rewarder of a righteous judge. It says, for the judgment is Yahweh's, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. Which means bring it to somebody that has of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Right, let's go to Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. It's the book of Proverbs chapter 22. I'm going to start at verse 3. And it reads, a prudent man foreseeth evil. What does that mean, word prudent mean? Let's find out through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Prudent.
Prudent. Acting with or showing care and thought for the future. So we're going to get some synonyms with that. Wise, right? So prudent man would be wise, judicious, sagacious, sage, shrewd, advisable, well advised, politic, sensible, cautious, careful, canning, right? So to be prudent would be cautious and wise, right? You would be a person that would proceed with caution or wisdom. So let's bring that back. A wise man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Why would he hide himself? Because he want to keep himself just. He want to keep himself righteous for the Most High. But the simple, right, one without wisdom, it says pass on and are punished. Means you continue to go and you don't proceed with caution. Verse 4. But humility and the fear of Yahweh are riches and honor and life. Right? So that would be what you're going to receive if you continue in this thing, man. Righteously, right? Let's go to Genesis chapter 4, verse 3. And then read, this is the book of Genesis chapter 4 and verse 3. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground and offered it offering unto Yahweh. An offering unto Yahweh. So, hey, if you don't know this story, this is Cain and Abel. This is Cain, which would be the tiller of the ground, right? He had to offer the fruit of to the Most High of the ground. Verse 4, and Abel, he also brought of the firsting of his flock and of the fat thereof. And Yahweh has respect unto Abel and to his offering. So the Most High respected Abel's offering, man. Verse 5, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. Let's find out why the Most High did not respect Cain's offering. And Cain was very rough, and his countenance fell. And Yahweh said unto Cain, why art thou rough? The Most High said, Cain, hey, why your countenance drop? Why you looking a little sad, man? And why is thy countenance fallen? Why your face droopy, Cain? Verse 7, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? The Most High said, hey, if you give me a well offering, a righteous offering, you don't think I accept that thing? And if thou doest not well, sin lies at the door, which means sin is going to be knocking at your spirit, man. Let's see what happens after that. And unto thee shall be his desire, which means that, hey, Cain, you're going to desire to sin. You're going to desire to be wicked. You're going to desire to do things that's not acceptable of the Most High. It says, and thou shalt rule over him. What is thou? Thou would be that sin. The sin will rule over you in your life if you do not submit to the Most High ways. All right, and this is the last precept. The book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 7. And it reads, be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So, hey, whatever you're going to sow, ain't the Most High going to get up at you, Israel. Everything you do is an offering to the Most High. So you have to think about that thing. So if you're talking to your brother wrong, if you're telling your brother you're going to do ill will towards him, then, hey, that's the offering that you gave to the Most High. And what did he say? For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Because we know what the Spirit is, man. The Spirit is that law, man. So if you're reaping to the law, if you're sowing to the law, you're going to reap of the law, which is everlasting life, right? If you sow to the flesh, you're going to reap to the flesh. That's everlasting death. Watch what verse 9 say. And let us not be weary in well-doing. I mean, don't be weary in doing righteousness for the Most High. It says, for in due season he shall reap if he faint not. So giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Hamashem like Shai. Hey, I'll pray that these inspirational scriptures and soldier salutation of the day help you on your walk. With that being said, Shalom.